Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the March 13th edition of Morning Mindset. I'm your host, Todd. How are you doing today? First up, let me know, can you see me and can you hear me? We have some system errors going bonkers today. If this was a car dashboard, it'd be lit up like a Christmas tree. So we are doing our best to work through those. What does that mean going forward today? That means when we're done with this, before our mentorship call, I'm resetting everything. And we know what happens when you reset a computer, right? It can come right back in a minute, or it can take 20 minutes, or half an hour, or an hour. So if that mentorship call gets delayed, that is why. We'll talk more about that. Welcome, Morning Mindset, folks. When you get in here, if there's your first time here, long time here, let me know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area. It's like 40 some degrees, 50 degrees here. Beautiful until storms come through tonight. As far as what's in the cup, boom, we've got coffee in the cup. I was debating which I had to throw a hoodie on because I got a little chilly, and I had two to choose from. I had the neutral, I don't know what is this, tan, or the Rena Red, and I decided, maybe Rena Red will be saved for Friday if I get a little chilly. But welcome. How are you doing today, folks? The other thing, which I feel is the most important, is your 5 things. What are 5 things you need to accomplish today? So for us, there are 5 things this morning, and it got changed up. Why? Because I got a rush order this morning that says, hey, can you go ahead and get us some rush DTF transfers and rush decals? And I said, well, what do you mean by rush? Like, can you print and ship today? I said, absolutely, we can help you out. Why? Because we like you. We love you. You're an amazing person. Customer, oh, customer, you are. Actually, they said, yeah, can you do it? They said something yesterday. I said, let me see what the print load looks like. I said, yeah, you get it. As long as we have the stuff in the morning, we'll be good to go with it. So they bid the job. They got the job. We are printing this morning. So off to the races already. But our 5 things, as I've got mock-ups that need to get done, DTF that needs to be printed, UV DTF that needs to be printed, invoicing, and then social media posts. Because I try and stagger mine. Like I'll do a set of all my funny ones, and I'll schedule those for the week. And then I'll do like the serious quotation ones, and I'll do those ones. And then I'll do my questions and do those. So I kind of get in the groove with it. But that's what we rock and roll today. And on top of all that, we have our mentorship call at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're not a part of that, maybe go right here, Fat Dad CD, to learn more information about that. So let's check in and see what people are doing, read their 5s. If anybody's having any issues, hey, let us know. There's a couple things that I want to talk about today. There's things that you want to talk about, you want to bring up in business, personal, whatever. That's what we're here for, folks. Darren, good morning to you. 44 and mostly sunny there in Topeka. A Coke in the cup, 5 things. Chiropractor at 10. Doctor call at 9:40. How you pulling that one off? Caulk and seal what I think may be a leak in the roof. That always sounds fun. Redesign logo. Work on fulfill engine. Nice. So I guess we'll talk more about what you found out from stalls when we talk to you in the mentorship call, I'm assuming. Barb, good morning. North Central Minnesota, 33, cloudy, water in the cup, 5 things. DTF, embroider napkins. Ooh, those like the fancy napkins, I'm assuming. Work on website banner, spiritware design layouts, Wilcom digitizing class 1 to 3. Way to go. Good for you. I love when people put those things in there where they're scheduling that time to learn new stuff, whether that's a new software like this digitizing class. So you're only going to get better at digitizing with it. We had ones last week that were Laser Fest where there was classes all day. Even just scheduling those calls. We had somebody who were they with? Trying to remember the company that they were with. And they didn't want to, they kept asking questions on it, kept asking questions on it. And I was like, didn't they have any onboarding or anything? What the hell was it for? I think it might have been Inksoft. And I said, didn't they have any onboarding in that? What do you keep asking? They're like, yeah, but I didn't have the time to schedule that. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. You don't have the time to schedule that, but you're finding the time to ask all these other people how to do it and go back and forth and explain on this. And they're telling you that you should take the onboarding class. And then you're looking at other videos. It's like, wait a minute. Just go spend the hour or hour and a half, whatever it is. You're dealing with the source. They'll answer all your questions. It's not a back and forth. And it's just when we look at time versus money, where we think, oh man, that hour is such a long time to take out of a day. but don't realize that we're spending those 5 minutes here talking to this person, at least 10 minutes here watching this video, 20 minutes here going back and forth on email. So if there's an opportunity for you to take something, I know Corel Trainer, when we do stuff with them, that they have onboarding that's amazing for it. I know with APS, when we're working with them, that they have it. I know just about every place, especially on the software side of it, that they have some sort of onboarding with it, whether that they do lives once a week for a training, whether they do some marketing thing, they'll always have something for you to be able to learn from it. So take advantage of that. I'm not saying don't reach out to people. Like I still do on a lot of stuff where it's a specific task, and I'll ask somebody, hey, has anybody done this? Yep. Okay, perfect. If not, then I'll email in and then we can play that game. But hey, use your time wisely, folks. Hi, Darren from Barb. Jenny, good morning to you, Northern Indiana. It's 49. It'll be 70 today. Water in a cup. It was gorgeous out yesterday. I was in a warehouse all day. I didn't see it until when it came out and on my way home, but it was a very productive day yesterday. Learned a lot on UV DTF, learned a lot on DTF, new machines that are in the pipeline. Probably something more we'll discuss next week because we're working some deals out to be able to either we can be a distributor for them or we can be an affiliate. It doesn't really change much from it. They will handle everything. So we're just trying to work that deal and see how it is because, we've been working with them for 3 years now. And the thing I always say when it comes to everything is that service. And they have had some top-notch service for us. And that's the biggest thing I can preach is service. So, if you're interested in UV DTF printers or DTF printers, I will tell you prior to this week, what was available was, the big ones, 24-inch ones that, you need like 8 foot all around to work. There's 2 17-inch ones that are come out. The one 17-inch DTF printer, about the only comparable product, and I use that word very loosely, is the OmniPrint one. And the dryer on the one that we're offering, it blows that other one out of the water. The other difference is instead of only doing 15-inch film, it'll do up to 17-inch film. The dryer itself is only 28 inches, so it'll fit through a standard door. It is a super slick dryer. I was really impressed with that, and I think that might be finding a home here. So in the UV DTF, learned a lot on the Pegasus, learned a lot on the Medusa. Differences between the two. That small little Pegasus, man, that is going to be a rock solid UV DTF printer for people. But until those, you just buy your decals from me. Like, you don't need to buy the printer. You can just buy the stuff from me. But if you choose to, I can hook you up and get you taken care of on that. Hi, Jenny from Barb. Hi, Barb from Jenny. Renee, good morning to you. 47 in Chicagoland. On our way to 69, dude. Hi, Darren, Barb, and Jenny. Water in the bottle, coffee in the cup. Hi, Renee. Morning, Jerry. Diana, good morning, everyone. Hi. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. We're 61 and sunny there in Florida. Distinctive merch, which is Sarah. Good morning, everyone. 41 sunny, coffee in the cup. Tim, thanks for checking in. Morning from Toledo, where it's 50, about to be 70. Pink Monster to get this day going. Love it, love it, love it. Linda, hey, y'all. Good morning. Working on Little League photos today. Linda, I'm shipping out your UV. Ooh, look at that. So before I'll catch up on this and then we'll talk. Excuse me, we'll talk about a few things. And there's Barb giving her hellos to Renee, Chuck, Sarah, Tim, Diana. Remember, if your name's not on here, chime in. Let us know who you are. So that way we are able to give shout outs to you. Thank you, Jerry. I did see that. So that's why I was able to continue going. Look at this. Tim, tried to set up Chipley myself before training tomorrow. Man, you know what I learned, Tim? Is that when I try and set stuff up before training, I screw something up. And then they're like, why? Why'd you do this? We ran in, there was, in fact, on the DTF side of things, there were so many people that were getting printers and thought, oh, I could just do this. And they would screw something up. So now they started putting, if this seal is broken on things, that they would, that they'd void their warranty. Because they're like, listen, don't touch anything until tech gets there. Tint job at noon, work on Shipley as much as I can. Tint job at 2. And then tint job. Look at you, tint all day long and some work in there. Sweet. Miguel, thanks for joining us here. I appreciate the rush. You're amazing. I just do what I can do, right? And that's the thing is, if we can do it, we'll do it. That's why we schedule things out 3 to 5 days on most things, because if we have we have to have the bandwidth to be able to take those rush jobs when they come in. If I told everybody, yeah, if you order today by noon, it's print and shipping, I can't do that because what if something comes in? What if something happens? We need to have that break for it. Yes, DTF issue. What's the DTF issue? Let us know, and we'll see if we can help you out with it. Good morning, Barb from Diana. Jerry's got 67 in Major Son in Ohio. Tea in the cup. Very nice. 66 Miguel's got down there. Yolanda, YNC Printing Services, 68 there in North Carolina. DTF website and marketing. Love it, love it, love it. And there we go, Barb. Hi, Linda. And hey, you see when Facebook and StreamYard don't always play nice together. When they don't always play nice, you become FU, because I can't see who you are. So it's Facebook user. Oh, print heads have lines. Okay, so first up, easiest thing to do if you want to get into the chat so we can actually see who you are is you can head to fatdadlive.com. That will get you into our YouTube side of things. To see all of our links, go to fatdadcd.com. That'll get you the link to the mentorship group. That'll get you the link to our any of our affiliate links. That'll get you the link to the YouTube, to our private group. That'll get you to all of that stuff in there. So prints have lines. Okay, so what's the nozzle check look like? That's the first thing I want to look at. Second thing is I want to know what humidity is at in the room because humidity has a huge factor on DTF printing. On some they can go down to 40% and be fine. Oh, and you can see the glitch starting to happen because I just seen that. On some you can go to 40% and be fine. Some need as much as 65% for the humidity. So check those first. From there, if humidity is fine, the nozzle check, if you do a head cleaning or an ink charge and it's good and it drops out, okay, from there, we want to check the dampers. When was the last time you replaced those? And then we'll move up further in the line, the manifold. Is it all the prints or is it all the colors or is it just white? And then second, I need to know, I guess most importantly is what printer are you running? Are you running commercial one or are you running a converted one? Converted one is going to give you way more issues because they're not made for it. So hopefully, we can get some answers on that 45 to 60. And it's just the blue. If it's just the blue, just one channel of it, have you flushed that line yet? So have you actually have you did a wet head or a wet soak on it, wet capped it on there. Have you ran cleaner through the head itself? If you did a reverse waterfall on it, if you put cleaner in there and tried sucking it back through and used it, and remember, lightly. You need to know if the heads were 3,200 or 600 heads, because 3,200 are a lot more sensitive. But you can put the syringe with the tubing on the top and gently, ever so gently, force is probably the wrong word, introduce the cleaning solution directly into the print head. You can let that sit. And then you can go ahead and from there do some cleanings. It'll flush out the system and then see where it is, because especially if it's just the blue channel. I guess the other thing too is where are you getting your inks from, because that can play a factor. I know that depending on where it is, that some people are having issues with ink. So hopefully that got some answers for you. But if not, keep asking questions and we'll keep answering for you. So first up, the UV DTF sample sheet. Now you can actually see what it is because I have them in hand. So here's what we got for it. So you get a color chart. You get this color chart so you can actually see what these colors are. When you order your sample sheet, you get the digital file of this. So you can take the EPS, you can bring it in, and you can see these colors. What's going to be great is you're going to bring these colors in, and you're going to set them there, and you're like, the colors on my screen do not look like this. And that's right, because that's how color profiles work. Not all screens will match. It is different on this screen, and that screen. It's just how it is. But when we have this, and then you have those color codes, you'll be fine. You're going to get a bunch of these Your logos here. They're in black, and they're in white. So that way you can apply them to different objects to be able to show your customers, hey, this is what this looks like. This could be your logo here. So definitely something to do there. Yes, Jerry. And that's all digital printing. All digital printing is like that. Always get, even on our DTF, we're adding a DTF sample sheet for that same reason, because the colors on your screen aren't going to represent the colors that are printed out. And since we don't all have the same profiles, we don't have everything there. If I just create this, here's an EPS, it makes it easy for you. David, my man, how's it going? David, you're getting ready for DAX, Minnesota this weekend. David, what booth is Corel Trainer in? And as I was talking earlier, Corel Trainer is one that when you sign up with them, they have onboarding. They walk you through stuff. If you are in the design, hey, I need some design software. I'm a Corel kid through and through. Even though I have Adobe I don't use it too often. Corel is my go-to. If you are not sure how to use Corel, hey, make sure to reach out to Dave and the guys over at Corel Trainer. They got some amazing training over there, some amazing packages, and they really get into the nuts and bolts of what Corel is and what it can do for you. Like, I know how to do what I need it to do for me, but there's so much more it can do for you. And if you're looking at expanding your knowledge on Corel, hey, get with David, the guys over at Corel Trainer. They will get you hooked up. So we've got some of those your logos here. You can see the white right there. So there's white and black. Then what do we got here? We got a 16-ounce cup wrap. Now, could it fit a Libby? Probably. Can it fit something else? Maybe. But we've got a cup wrap, so you can see how that looks. We've got this guy here, so you can see the fine detail that's in that. One thing that we have learned is due to choke requirements on that is white print, fine white print may not come through because of the choke requirements on the printing. So just remember that if you have fine white text, it may not work out for you. We're trying to get a point service in there so we can see how big text can be or how small text can be on white. But on black will just be fine. So you can see how it is on that. You're also going to get a few other ones that are going to show you, to be able to do gradients of color. So you can see how those change. My favorite one that I think I did was this guy right here, because that is a patch, as the product. I'm going to see if I can move some light over here to it. So that is the patch on it. So you can see how it looks. It's that faux patch. So it's that faux embroidery with it. And with that faux embroidery, hey, if you are embroidered, you have the PNG, you're using the stuff for mock-ups and that, here's another thing. You can print those out and you can throw that on the tumbler. You can throw that on the bag. You can throw that on any of the hard surface. So that way, hey, it matches right there through and through. So that's pretty legit. I can't have a sample pack without a skull or an octopus. So we went sugar skull on this one, a little mom one, and then just some various, league ones, things like that. So that way you can show it on a few different items. So there's some useful ones in there. There's some fun ones in there. And overall, that's what it is. You can get all of this over at right here, fatdadcd.com. Go look under UV DTF. Order yours. That's what you get. You get the digital file on it. So pretty excited about how that came out. Be aware of what color palettes you are designing with. That makes a big difference. 100%. And that where I have found is CMYK does not produce the richest blacks. That's why on here, there's actually a few different blacks. Like up here, let's see if we can see it. Up here that is the CMYK black right there. Down here is, in that same row, is the RGB black. So RGB black versus CMYK black. So completely different. That's why if you get our color chart, you will get the EPS with all these color squares in it. So you're able to pull the colors straight from that. So it is something that is always something to think about. Other stuff we got going on. We are dropping bundles tomorrow. There's going to be autism awareness. Somebody asked me about autism awareness DTF transfers. I said, absolutely, we can do that. Let's put a bundle together. So we'll put that. On Corey's side, she's going to be offering more finished items. So, if you are interested in just purchasing that outright, once everything is listed on the site for there, we're getting those ones out. We're also getting the signs added to her website this week. There's something else that's getting added to it. I think some Easter stuff. There's some Easter things that she was getting to it. I know we're kind of cutting it close on that, but hey, little by little, we'll develop that all out for it. So what do you got going on today? Like I said, let me know your 5 things. That's the most important part of it because we want to set you up for success. And then from there, how's everything else going? We're in March. We're starting to see things pick back up. It hasn't picked up for us like it traditionally has. And we know one of the reasons being is we had leagues that folded in this last calendar year. So a couple of the leagues that we would traditionally do things for starting here mid-March that, were nice orders, the league's not around anymore. So we need to fill those spots for it, which means, sales are down. I'll be one that I'm not going to, ever sugarcoat shit for you guys. I'll tell you, how it is, how we're doing, our ups and downs. That's part of this. That's what you see. You really want to know more info on that? Join our mentorship group, $20 a month. We meet a boatload of times a month. You can always hop on a call. We will start having a nightly call, not a nightly. We'll have a night call at least once a month on that. I need to ask our members, hey, what time works better and what day works better, because I want to make it convenient for those people that are working during the day and they're doing this as a side gig, right? And so they're there at night, and that's when they that's when they want it. So I'm betting my time probably like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. I'm thinking maybe a Tuesday, Wednesday is where I'm looking at. So you guys tell me, and then we'll be able to work through that and get that out there, because I want it to be most rewarding for you and you get the most out of it. But we have learned a lot in there, and I'm one to learn all the time too. There's things that I learned about my business that would probably be more beneficial to change. One of them being is that we have 437 web addresses, just depending on the product and where it's going. And Brian pointed out, hey, that's confusing, man. Just stick with one. So that's the one we're going to promote all the time now. It's our link tree. Everything is in there, so you'll be able to get to it and see it and move and shake and do all of the things that the things require from there. So we're in there. We're in there to help, promote each other, help everybody grow. There's so far my favorite one's the vent. We have a vent section in there where some things just don't work out. Like, to be honest with you, we all want customers, right? But do you want every customer? I know when you're starting off, you want every customer. Every customer possible is my customer. I want my customer. I want my customer. But as you grow and you find your niche and you find your customers, you start to realize that maybe not every customer needs to be your customer. And you don't need to be for every customer. The minute a customer starts telling you what you're going to be charging, maybe it's not the right customer for you. Now, customers will always seem to ask for discounts, right? They want something, and if you're able to, great, but it shouldn't always be expected to it, right? You should have this. You should not be letting them dictate your pricing. They're not paying your bills, and I don't care if Johnny down the street is $5 cheaper. If Johnny down the street is $5 cheaper, then hey, go to Johnny. What do you come to see me for? I'm cool with that. I don't know what Johnny's overhead is. I don't know if Johnny's paying his bills. I don't know if Johnny's got a family to support. I don't know if Johnny's working 24/7. Hey, you set your pricing. So that's the real big thing, is know what it costs you to be in business and stand your ground, right? I would rather get rid of the customers that are always have issues, that are always asking for things, and keep the ones that we can just send stuff to, right? Yep, here, I need 400 tumblers. Cool. Here's what I need. There you go. Thanks a lot. Here's your awesome bill. Cool. There's none of that, instead of the one that goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Let's see, what else do we have in here? How much for class? So that's just $20. $20 a month. $20 a month. It gets you into our private mentorship group. We've got a good group of people over there, and then we go with that. Right now, we've been going live after these. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday at like 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going live with those. They are recorded. They are posted. Boom. So we went back to get the recordings that we could. Everything's posted. So even if you're not able to make the live, you're able to do it. There's a lot of great information, because we're all in this together, right? There's different people that are in different parts of the business. They're doing different things, from embroidery and laser to sublimation, wide format printing, DTF. There's some that aren't doing anything on the apparel side of it. So it's a good mix of people. They can get there. And do I have a link? Yeah. If you just go right here, fatdadcd.com. If you go to fatdadcd.com, that will get you into our link tree. You'll be able to see everything there. That'll get you into the mentorship program, a link to that. That'll get you a link to the Facebook group. That'll get you a link to all of our websites where, UV DTF is, regular DTF, signs, banners, decals, yard signs, magnets, flags. We got flags going out today. So I was, it's one of those things where people are like, you do flags? Yeah, I should probably let more people know I do flags, right? And it just is what it is. We'll get through it there. But yeah, you can find all of our links over at fatdadcd.com. With it being Wednesday, week's half over. And some people, maybe it's not. Are you finding time? Oh yeah, that's right. Jerry's thrown in there. Jerry's a member. Make sure you have Discord also, because you will need Discord. You get Discord, and then that's where all the main information is over in the Discord channel. Middle of the week, there's some people that, that they don't have any time off, right? They work their Monday through Friday, and then their nights and weekends are all about their side hustle and getting that there. One thing to think of when considering that, right, is if you continue to do that, how long can you do it for? Are you missing events? Are you missing birthdays? Are you missing kids' things? We went through that, working the full-time gig. And then, I would work there from, 6, 7, 4, 5. And then it would go straight over to the shop and work there until midnight and get up and do it all over again. And Sunday was the only day I took off. And we missed a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that we couldn't do, that I couldn't do, a lot of things I couldn't go to because it was work. And it became that it started to turn into a job. And when it came into a job, that's when I had issues because it was scary, right? Like I didn't want it to be a job. I wanted to be able to be working. I wanted to be able to be, I wanted to be able to enjoy life. And so we had to make that hard decision, do you leave the full-time job where there's the guaranteed paycheck every week and you just move on and say, hey, yep, I got insurance, I've got vacation, I've got all this stuff paid for me, I'm making really good money. And can we live on half of this? Because if we can, we are going to go ahead and that's what we're going to do. We're going to stop. This is what we're going to do. And it was scary. And there's still days that's scary. Like right now it's a scary time because it's been slower than what it has been. Not as scary as 2020, but scary, right? In 2020, we did our best with what we had, but we managed to persevere through it. And it's still, if I don't wake up scared about the business, then I don't feel that I'm giving it enough love, right? Like where's that next sale coming from? What are we doing? What do we have in the pipeline? What are we working on the business for? I want to have that drive. I want to have that. Oh yeah, this is what we need. Just what we ordered. That's what I want to have. I love the rush of that, of getting those orders in. I love the smiles on the faces when we deliver those orders. I love meeting with people and talking with people. My favorite part is this. I love meeting with other business owners. I love being able to give my perspective on it, which, is my perspective. You can agree or disagree with some or all I say, but that's the glorious thing about this. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. You do you, boo. That's all. I don't worry about what others are doing to an extent. I try to keep my nose clean on things, but sometimes it's hard. People say or do dumb things, and you just shake your head and just move on from it. I see that a lot when someone says, "Hey, I need somebody to make me a shirt," and then you see like 400 people from your area all get tagged into making the shirt, and you realize that's 400 pieces of competition that are around you. And then you realize, well, that shirt that they only want for, $20, $15 isn't worth your time doing. So I have to tell people, just don't tag me in that. I mean, if it's not a big order, I don't want to be tagged in it. I don't want to spend 2 hours working on your $15 shirt that you're going to, oh, this needs to be moved here. That needs to be moved there. It's just not worth it for me, especially when I say, hey, there's a design fee with it. Oh, there's a design fee? Yeah. Oh, now you really don't want it. So, stand your ground on that stuff. If you're not doing an income producing activity, then what are you doing, right? What are you doing with your business? For us, there's times where, I don't want to say, they won't take that small order because we do. There's friends, there's family, there's people that we work with on a continuous basis that, hey, are you able to help out this? I can give you a general idea. Absolutely. We do help out a lot of people with it. But they're also the ones that be like, what do I owe you for it? Well, hey, don't worry about it. You've helped us out in the past. We're going to help you out in the past. I had somebody reach out to me about doing, they said, hey, can I get, a gang sheet? And I said, yeah, for sure. They're like, well, I need this image at this size, this size. So, well, you can go to the gang sheet builder. And they're like, okay. They didn't know we had one. So we have the gang sheet builder on the website. Well, then they went and they're like, well, it's showing all these backgrounds. Like, well, you need to have the PNG transparent background so that it's there. And they said, well, can you just do those for me? And I said, well, we can 100% do that. But we charge, we charge an hourly charge for design work. And it's a 1 hour minimum and it's per design. So you're going to have 6 hours of labor in those 6 designs. Is that really worth it for you? Magically, all that artwork was done correctly and showed up on a gang sheet ready to go. So that was the thing, is they just didn't want to take the time to do it and assume that we would just do it. And once we threw a charge on it, guess what? Now they didn't want to pay that charge. So what are they going to do? They're going to go ahead and do it. And they did it themselves. And they learned. That was the thing. They learned how to do it themselves to be able to make that happen. Now, whether they bought files, used a removed background or learned something, or sent it to somebody else, it was still, it didn't take anything off my plate, because here's a file that was ready to print, and that's what we need. We need those ready to print files for it. So many times in business, customers are, hey, can you do this for me? And they send you, a business card. Hey, yeah, we can. Or you can just pull the logo off our website, and it's a crappy photo. What do you do in those instances? How do you work with your customers on it? And when we look at customers, each customer has its own value. Now, I don't care if you spend $1 with me a year, or you spend $10,000 with me a year, or you spend $100,000 a year with me. You are still a customer, and your sale still matters to us. With that being said, that person that's spending $100,000 is going to get a little more hands-on than the person that's spending $1. And I know that person that with $1 can turn into that one. So we don't treat them any different. It's just when you're spending that kind, we work with you a little bit more. Hey, what can we do with this? A lot of us is that that hand-in-hand thing. What can we do for you? What can you do for us? That trading things back and forth. There's a lot of clients that we have and a lot of customers where we were brought in to do a specific job for them. Whether, decals is a big one, doing labels, doing things like that for their business. And then we're like, oh, do you know that we're able to do this? And then we throw something else at them. So we have our group of things that we traditionally sell to. And when we create new products, we take it to them and be like, hey, is this something that you could use in your business? Especially in the food service things where we do have a good handful of clients with it, be able to show, hey, we can do this for you as an engraving. We can do this for you as a printed decal. We can do this, this, and this. And then here's how you can do it to make money. So we're providing you a way to make more money, and you don't have to do anything. And that's how you approach a lot of things. How can we make you more money how can we help you make more money? This is being a little wonky. I'm going to just reload it real quick and just see what happens. So give me a second if I go away. We should be back. There it is. Huh. It got a little weird. There wasn't nothing showing up in comments. Comments went blank. Screen started flickering on my side. So I wasn't sure what it was doing on your side. I don't know if you can still see me or hear me. I don't know, because the comments aren't populating. So if there's comments in there, put a comment. What are you doing for your customers? What are you doing, to that you feel is that little extra oomph, that little extra C? You don't see any comments. See, there's just something going on with it, Tim, where it's not working. It's probably where this all needs reset at, which leads me to, I should probably get out of here so I can get that stuff done, and we can pick all this back up on Friday. Or what we can do is, if you are in the mentorship group, remember, go sign up here, fatdadcd.com. Go to fatdadcd.com. That is fatdadcd.com. Check our mentorship group. It's only $20 a month. You get in there, you get signed up in the next 15 minutes. You're going to get into the mentorship call that starts here in 25 minutes. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here for the day because, hey, this is not working correctly, and I want to reset everything. So peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.